I've rebuilt this setup more times than I can count. Different monitors, different layouts, different ideas of what perfect looks like, and I'm still never happy. So I changed it. Again. So if you've seen my last video, you know I'm the guy with the vertical 75s. Triple 75s, stood on end, very unnecessary. It kind of became my thing, though. And it looked awesome, but I can never just leave well enough alone. And a lot of you were commenting saying, turn them horizontal. So here we are, giving it a go. You guys all commented on my driving. I know, it's bad. Let's be honest, I'm more of a daily crasher than a daily driver. So let's test this out, see how it feels, and decide if I'm switching them back. Flipping triple 75 TVs isn't exactly a small adjustment. There aren't many mounts designed for TVs this big on a sim rig. So I decided to reach out to Track Racer and figure out how to make this work. The suggestion was to separate my triples mount that I already had from them, add 2 more legs, and basically turn it into 3 independent mounts. At this size, running one single mount gets a little clunky and hard to align. Now, each screen has its own support and stability. Let's talk about my horrible racing first. The difference was immediate. Vertical gave me height, tons of it, but racing games aren't built around height, they're built around width. Horizontally, the horizon feels correct. The dash isn't oversized, the side mirrors wrap naturally. With horizontal, the screens fit the game like they should. For this kind of setup, 65s or even triple 55-inch Samsung Arcs would probably be more practical. But the 75s have a scale that is just hard to ignore. When you sit in this thing, it feels massive. The blank space below the screens and above bothered me though. So I grabbed some black sheets and made a temporary roof and blacked out the areas below the screens. Nothing fancy, just some black sheets from Walmart, but it completely changed the immersion. Now that I know I like it, I'm planning something more permanent. Not quite sure what yet. Leave suggestions down below. Going horizontal did not make me a better driver, but it sure did make crashing feel more real. In the last video, some of you asked about Star Citizen. I didn't show any clips of it because it was terrible. The ship sat way too low on the screen. There was no proper horizon adjustment to fix it. To make it playable, I had to shrink the game window a lot, which basically defeated the point of the vertical screens. And with screens this big, the field of view is a little weird to get set up, and you'll kind of see the side screens don't really show any of the ship like I would like sitting next to me, but it's very usable and it makes the experience much better than vertical. Now, let's talk about Flight Sim, because that's where this setup doesn't shine. The verticals were better in some categories. When you'd rotate out and start climbing, you'd have all the sky above you, and it just felt right. You could see the cockpit below you. You just had a really good scale of everything. Horizontally, I lose a lot of that. It doesn't feel as towering, but the horizon is correct now. I don't have to fight with it. With vertical, I was always kind of adjusting things, trying to make the horizon feel right. Now it just feels natural. Helicopters are the biggest downside of this horizontal setup. When I'm pitched way forward, I'm basically staring at the ground. With the vertical setup, you could dip forward aggressively and still feel like you had space. Now, it feels tight. Low-level flying isn't as dramatic. And if I'm being honest, vertical was just better for helicopters. So, what's my takeaway? The most impressive setup isn't always the most usable. I crash when I pretend I can drive. I play Star Citizen and pretend I can dogfight. And well, I'm actually okay at Flight Sim. In a perfect world, I'd have 2 rigs. One vertical 75s for just flight, and one horizontal 55 arc setup for everything else. But I've had 2 rigs in the past, and it was a nuisance. So for now, one setup that works across everything is what I'm going to go with. Hopefully for more than 2 weeks. But you never know. 4 weeks from now, I might be back with something else crazy, because I'm never happy. Well, if you made it this far, I really do appreciate it. I'm having a blast making these videos. The support in the last video meant a lot to me. Let's keep this going. If you're into this kind of content, please like and subscribe. And if you have a suggestion for my next video or a future video, drop it in the comments. I might do it.